We're gonna call this Resting Rich Face 0.5 edition. We're going backwards and doing it even easier, even less makeup. We're just going for a really clean skin look with just a little bit of improvement, and we're gonna do almost all of it with just this one product that is, by the way, only $15 in my TikTok shop. I just sprayed my face with our hydrating toner to make sure that it's fully hydrated, and now I'm just gonna go in and highlight. I want to get right here on the base of the wall of the nose into the corner of the eye. And you really kind of have to layer this on. It's a very subtle product, not a lot of pigment in it. It's just enough to give you a boost where you need it. And I'm just going to kind of do my highlight pattern that I normally do, but with this very light and easy product. Now I'm going to take a tiny bit of moisturizer. This is the IT Confidence in a Cream, and it's the one that I just keep at my makeup table, and there's a little bit of product in the lid. I'm gonna pick that up with my brush, and just so I have a little bit of moisturizer on the brush, I'm gonna kind of rub that in. And now I'm gonna go in and blend that out. This is what I would do if I were doing kids makeup or even adults or men who needed a cleanup job, but if they're filming in HD, we don't want to see any actual makeup, and it has to look super, super realistic. This is just going to give me, by highlighting in those areas, I am by contrast defining these areas. So these areas become darker because this became lighter. I'm going to boost just a little bit more right here. That's because we added that moisturizer. So it takes a little bit of time to get that highlight just right. You want to just tap it in carefully. If you rub too hard, you're just going to disperse the product too far and it won't have any impact. There we go. Now a couple of other little places where I like to sneak a little highlight is right under the brow. And I'll just probably use my finger to tap that out. I'm not even gonna put on brow makeup because I'm gonna throw a baseball cap on or a trucker hat. And then if my eyes were red, they're not too red right now, but if they were, I might put a little bit at the eyelid. But that is pretty much it. If you wanted to take it a step further, and sometimes I do, I would grab the Science of Pretty Cream foundation. That's not it. And just go in and touch up this area right here, just so it has a little bit more coverage and just a little bit cleaner look. Pick up a little bit more of that moisturizer, but that might be too much. And I hope this inspires you to just try using a little bit of moisturizer on your brush and blending in with just the tiniest bit. If you use too much, it's gonna just eat up the product. But that way you have just a fresh, clean face with, I mean, literally cannot see makeup on. I'm gonna zoom in. That is as real deal as it gets. And by keeping all the makeup off the nose, it looks even more natural. Quick fix in the TikTok shop, right here, orange button. And if this is your standard dress where you're throwing on a cap and super comfy clothes all day, here's a quick little fashion tip. Find a hat that you love and then find a pair of shoes that kind of match. They're not an exact match, but when one's at the top and one's at the bottom, they totally work together. It makes the whole thing look very intentional and pulled together. Even when you're not wearing makeup, and a side ponytail, I think always just looks so much prettier than it hanging off the back, because this is always going to elongate the face. Email me pics of your hat if you decide to do this, and your shoes.